I hate cruising and had the worst time. Many people are saying that they hate cruising and will never cruise again. And they have several different reasons as to why they refuse to ever cruise again. And one of those reasons, I almost agree with them. So am I done cruising? Let's talk about it. Hey y'all, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Tiffany. And yeah, there are some cruise haters out there and people who just cannot stand the cruising experience. Have you ever had a really bad experience and you refuse to ever cruise again? Leave me a comment below. I would love to hear your experience. So let's talk about number one, why people are hating on cruising so much. And that is, well, because the ship is overcrowded. And overcrowded is something that, as a lot of people complain about, they don't like how crowded the ships are. They get there and there's so many lines. And yes, I definitely agree with this. Some ships are overcrowded. You can't maneuver around some areas very well, but that's why if you see my vlogs, I'm always talking about places that are less crowded, places where you can go and relax. My recent vlog when I was on Utopia, I was all about Central Park because that's where you can go and relax a little bit more without all the crowds right there. But yes, there are some cruise ships that are going to feel really crowded, and then there are some that are going to be a little less crowded. Tip, if you do feel this way, or if you're a little nervous about the ship being overcrowded, you probably want to cruise during off season. Now, another one is they're too tiny and they're feeling claustrophobic. And I can understand this. Some of those rooms are small. I have been in some interior rooms, and when I was in an interior room, I didn't spend a whole lot of time in there. I kept going out on the deck because there's not a lot of room in there. And some people just don't like this. So maybe you chose the wrong room, or maybe you chose the wrong ship, because this does lead to overcrowding and it's going to make you feel claustrophobic. But with the tiny rooms, people are also complaining about the tiny pools. Yes, all the cruise lines have pools on board, and some of them, like Icon, will talk about how they have so many more pools and really large pools. But sometimes you can still feel that they're crowded and you're not actually able to do any real swimming when you're on a cruise ship. Do you feel this way? Do you like to go swimming? And when you're on a cruise, you're like, you just can't actually go swimming when you're on a cruise. If you like standing room only when you're on a cruise, some of them, that's pretty much what you're gonna get. But I have to say, this isn't gonna make my list of making me not wanna cruise again. I just typically avoid the pools. Now, number three complaint that cruisers have is the ports. There's not enough time at the port to see and do everything. Some protocols have a short time frame where you don't feel like you can go around, see and do everything. But one of the biggest complaints that I get is the lack of authenticity when you're going to some of these ports. And that is like the seller of going on a cruise. You get a chance to go to see so many different destinations while you're on basically an all-inclusive resort, because you pay one fee and you don't have to pay more, but you could. And then you get all these other places that you get to see for just one fee of being on the cruise. But it lacks authenticity, and the only way to actually get that authentic vibe of that city that you're going to visit is to really purchase a shore excursion. Do you purchase shore excursions so that you can, get some of that authentic vibe? I mentioned that in one of my videos where I was talking about going to Roatan, and being at Mahogany Bay was really nice. It's a great relaxing port, but I was able to actually indulge in the culture and the vibe of the island by going on a shore excursion. And it was a little expensive, so I can't do that every single time I cruise. And that is not something that some people want to do. They don't want to pay extra for a shore excursion. So how do you feel about the ports? Do you like them? Are they not authentic enough for you? Or do you feel like you shouldn't have to purchase a shore excursion just to see a new destination? Now, another one is people are complaining that they get sick when they're on cruises. There's too many sick people on cruises. There's not enough hand washing stations, or people aren't washing their hands when there are hand washing stations. Yeah, you can get sick when you're on a cruise, but y'all, I've been sick when I've flown somewhere. I went to Vegas one time and came home and got sick. So there's just no guarantee if you are or are not going to get sick when you're on a cruise. Let me know, have you ever gotten sick from being on a cruise? It is always highly recommended that you're bringing cold medicine or anything like that, just in case you were to catch something. Now, another complaint, and I can almost understand this particular one, and they sell to me too much. Some people are complaining that when they get on the cruise, they just want to relax and they don't want to be sold more things and have to purchase the drink package or have to purchase a dining package or just all the different things, and then all the shirts that they're putting out. There's always something extra to purchase when you're on a cruise. And I get this, but I've also learned how to just kind of ignore that. If I don't want it, I just keep on going. One of the things that I would say that, I don't want to say it bothered me, but I didn't really care for it too much. And that's when I went to the spa. I love going to the spa when I get a chance, but when I'm like at home going to a spa, you don't have to worry about them trying to sell you something. You still get that peaceful vibe and relaxation when you're done with your massage. I feel like they kind of ruin my vibe sometimes because they're trying to sell me on all the products afterwards. So I did learn that you can tell them before you get your massage, I'm not interested in purchasing anything, so please don't make the sales pitch after the massage. I just want to enjoy the massage. You can let them know that and they won't give you a sales pitch. And number 6 is there are too many hidden costs on a cruise. Y'all, I've had several videos where I've told you about different hidden costs. There are a lot of different, and they're not really hidden, but sometimes you're just not thinking about all the different extra costs. And one of the things that has gotten me here on the fence, and that is the Wi-Fi. I get so frustrated with the cruise Wi-Fi sometimes. I have gotten to the point where I don't want to purchase the Wi-Fi anymore. A lot of the cruise ships are going to Starlink now. Well, Starlink, that means my internet is going to run so much smoother and faster. No, that is not always the case. Believe me, you are still not going to get high-speed internet when you're on a cruise ship. Plus, it's getting expensive to purchase the internet packages. And if you're not using it to its full value every day, you're just throwing money out the window. And so I've gotten to the point where I just don't really want to purchase the internet anymore. And I have mentioned this in other videos and options that I'm choosing to do now instead. But do I hate cruising? Am I quitting cruising? That is the big question. Which one of these bothered me the most? Well, I will say the Wi-Fi bothers me a lot, and I don't like that because I need the Wi-Fi all the time, but it's not making me quit. And I'm not gonna say I'm quitting cruising, but I'm gonna take just a little bit of a break. And I am gonna do some more cruises here soon, and I've got plenty of cruise content and cruise blogs on my website, so if you wanna check them out, go to tpstravels.com. But I'm gonna do something a little bit differently here real soon. I've got several different vacations and trips planned, and I'm so excited. I cannot wait to share them all with you, and the very first one starts tomorrow. We will be in Disney World. I'm so excited. I'm going to Disney World tomorrow, and I will actually be live tomorrow in Disney World. I have not been to Disney World since 2019, and really, was this a smart choice and doing Disney World instead of going on a cruise? And I've got another trip coming up. I can't wait to tell you about it, and it's kind of a different little cruise. It's really weird. Definitely hit that subscribe if you want to see it, and you want to hit that bell so you'll be notified when these come out. But if you want to see me in Disney World this week, I'll be live tomorrow. Definitely be sure to check that out. And I'll have more vlogs coming your way from Disney World next week. But let me know in the comments, are you a cruise hater? How often do you cruise? Thank you for watching. I hope to see you tomorrow. Bye for now.